In the skies of the new warfare, speed is no longer enough. When a machine can break the sound barrier and reach the stratosphere, the game changes completely. Russia claims to have an interceptor whose very name evokes secrecy, power, and the future, the MiG-41. They speak of speeds that challenge the world's most advanced defense systems, of altitudes where there is almost no oxygen, and of a role that transcends traditional air-to-air combat. In this video, we will explore how this project could forever alter the logic of global military aviation, the objectives, the technologies, the promises, and also the doubts. Prepare to enter a world where dominating the skies is redefined in hypersonic terms. Before starting this video, remember to subscribe and like it. When Russia revealed its intention to develop a new sixth-generation interceptor, the military world believed it was just another political statement, a promise to impress its adversaries. However, as time passed, the name MiG-41 began to resonate more insistently, and what initially sounded like a distant project began to take on a disturbingly real form. An aircraft capable of reaching hypersonic speeds, operating at altitudes bordering on space, neutralizing threats that are virtually impossible to intercept today, and, in theory, entering and leaving enemy airspace undetected. If there were a machine designed to rewrite all the rules of modern military aviation, this would be it. To understand the impact of the MiG-41, one must first understand the world it is intended to replace. For decades, the MiG-31 was the backbone of Russian air defense. Fast, resilient, and lethal at long range. But modern warfare has changed. The skies are no longer dominated solely by conventional fighters. Now they include stealth bombers, swarms of stealth drones, hypersonic missiles, and satellites that monitor from above. The MiG-31, with all its history, could no longer sustain that battle. Russia needed something radically new, something that wouldn't compete with current aircraft, but with what the world's militaries still dream of building. And so the ambitious concept behind the MiG-41 was born. An aircraft that doesn't just fly fast, but flies at such speeds that current defense systems don't even have a chance to react. An aircraft that doesn't simply fly high, but soars to the edge of space, where few radars can see and almost no missiles can reach. Where a fraction of a second makes the difference between life and destruction. To achieve this, Russia is betting on a hybrid propulsion system that combines state-of-the-art turbofan thrust with hypersonic combustion technologies. If it works, this interceptor would easily exceed Mach 4 and even Mach 5. At that speed, every meter traveled leaves radar systems behind that were never designed to track something so fast. But extreme speed brings with it a physical hell. Friction turns the air into a scorching wall that can only be withstood with new materials. Compounds capable of withstanding temperatures that would melt any traditional fuselage. This implies redesigning, from scratch, the structure of a modern fighter jet and its internal mechanisms. Russia is willing to take on this challenge because the reward would not only be a great technological leap, but a strategic superiority that would redefine air combat for decades. Invisibility also plays a critical role in this equation. Unlike current stealth fighters, which maintain their stealth by moving at moderate speeds, Russia intends for the MiG-41 to be virtually undetectable even at hypersonic speeds. The secret lies not only in the absorbent coatings, but also in its aerodynamic profile, intelligent heat management, the deflection of incoming signals, and electronic warfare distributed throughout the fuselage. The conceptual result is a fighter that is not only difficult to track, but also becomes almost impossible to target before attacking. Extreme altitude transforms this aircraft into more than just an interceptor. Up at the edge of the atmosphere, where the Earth's curvature is visible and air is barely perceptible, the MiG-41 could intercept strategic bombers, ascending ballistic missiles, long-altitude stealth drones, and even satellites with surveillance and communications capabilities. For the first time in modern history, we would have an aircraft designed to operate in a hybrid scenario, part air combat, part on the edge of space. If this capability materializes, a single aircraft could disable an adversary's intelligence systems before war even begins. The projected weaponry is aligned with this vision. Extreme-range air-to-air missiles, designed to maintain stability at speeds that would destroy any conventional projectile. Anti-satellite systems capable of disabling key orbital targets. Directed energy weapons capable of destroying drones and missiles in flight without relying on physical ammunition. And all of this with AI-assisted precision, reducing the pilot's workload and enabling reaction times impossible for a human. The integrated AI would also be capable of controlling the aircraft in unmanned mode, opening the possibility of extremely high-risk missions where no country would be willing to sacrifice a human pilot. However, while the vision reveals an aircraft capable of intimidating any world power, there are doubts that cannot be ignored. Developing engines for sustainable hypersonic flight is one of the most complex challenges in contemporary engineering. Manufacturing airframes capable of withstanding extreme heat without compromising stealth requires multi-billion-dollar investments and technology mastered by only a handful of countries. Keeping these aircraft operational is incredibly expensive. And amid economic pressures, international sanctions, and a resource war in Eastern Europe, no one knows how long Russia can sustain such an ambitious project. And yet, the MiG-41 has put the world on alert. If Russia achieves even half of what it promises, NATO and US defensive strategies would be forced to be rewritten. If an aircraft capable of intercepting hypersonic missiles and attacking satellites truly emerges, the entire strategic balance built over the last 30 years would be called into question. The United States is developing its own sixth-generation program, China is accelerating its prototype, and Europe is seeking technological alliances to avoid falling behind. Even before its completion, the MiG-41 is already shaping the future of military aviation, because it anticipates a different kind of air warfare, one that will not be fought in the clouds, but at the edge of space. When it finally appears, it may be the most sophisticated weapon Russia has ever created. It may become a major headache for its adversaries. Or it may get caught between its own promises, buried by technological or economic limitations. Right now, nobody knows. But one thing is clear: the race for air superiority is no longer about who flies the highest or the fastest. It's about who can look first, strike first, and disappear before the enemy even understands what has happened. The MiG-41 represents this new paradigm. And while its true future remains shrouded in secrecy, its very existence is already forever changing the history of military aviation. Perhaps in a few years, when the MiG-41 streaks across the skies at speeds unmatched by any radar, the world will understand that the true military revolution didn't come with a missile, a drone, or a satellite, but with a single aircraft that completely altered the way we think about warfare. If this project achieves its promised goal, no airbase, missile shield, or defensive protocol will ever feel secure again. A hypersonic weapon capable of hunting missiles, bombers, drones, and satellites from the edge of space is, in essence, a silent warning to all powers. Air superiority will no longer be a privilege. It will be a constant threat. But the opposite could also happen. The MiG-41 could become a symbol of impossible technological ambition, a reminder that even the greatest powers have limits. Today there are only blueprints, prototypes, and declarations. The rest is speculation, hope, and fear. And yet, that alone is enough to change the global arms race. Because sometimes it's not necessary to demonstrate power to dominate the skies. It's enough that everyone believes you can. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. See you in the next video.